I was listening to Fred from Barbershop Conversation and Ticket TV debate talking about this Mayweather Pacquiao thing and couldn't interfere with Deontay Wilder. And I know Fred said it wouldn't, and Wilder and Fury years ago. But we back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, and you read the title. No clickbait here. All right. I hope that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather a rematch, if they do it, I hope it fucks up the pay-per-view market. I hope pay-per-view was destroyed. I hope they destroy pay-per-view. Pay-per-view boxing is probably the single most worst thing in sports right now. Maybe the history of sport. You know, of the sport. And I was listening to Ticket TV say that if Mayweather and Pacquiao flop, it could kill pay-per-view. And you remember people saying that the Pacquiao and Mayweather didn't deliver the first time, hurt pay-per-views to follow that, and they was blaming it for some of the other pay-per-views like Canelo did it. There was a reason why Canelo pay-per-view didn't do so good. Excuse me. I think Oscar De La Hoya was pushing that out there and saying how Floyd and Pacquiao hurt the pay-per-view game. But every time Floyd fight, you hear people complain, say, you know, it ain't entertaining. He pity-pat run. I ain't paying for it again. They be the same people paying to see him lose. Get caught up in the build-up and all of that, okay? I mean, you the fools. Y'all been doing it for years, you know, paying to see him fight. He don't respect the black dollar, his black fan base. You know, he out here cooning out and doing what he doing, all right? I ain't getting into it, okay? And all the way. And paying again and again. But if this is the icing on the cake or the cherry on top of the swirl ice cream in the cup, and people say I'm just fed up with boxing, this destroys boxing pay-per-view, or if it just destroys boxing as a whole, good. You know, if the foundation ain't right, then, you know, the building not gonna be strong. So the landscape of boxing right now, it needs to be destroyed. You know, and that's why I heard Rick Ross one day talk about Donald Trump. He said, "Hey, happily Donald Trump president, because you got to destroy to build again. You got to get it right. You got to start off from scratch." And I think boxing is beyond repair. Okay, it needs to be destroyed, and at least the worst thing in sports needs to be destroyed, which is the pay-per-view model. The pay-per-view model is single-handedly, I think, most responsible for the death of boxing as a major sport in North America. You know, it took boxers off of regular TV and from them getting notarized and people being able to be match them synonymous with the sport. Now your average boxer walk around Vegas or he in a fight town, New York, and people don't recognize who they are. I remember Arthur Abraham, even though this ain't the greatest example, came to Detroit to fight Andre Dirrell, and he was doing a promo on the street with boxing gloves, and the guy couldn't believe he was a boxer on the street. He said, "You really box?" And Arthur Abraham said, yeah, I box. You know, people don't know these guys, man, in America. You know, they think they famous. They think because they got some money, they wealthy. They just rich. You know, they think they got big fan bases. They don't. You know, and everybody's trying to reach the pay-per-view model, except for Keith Thurman. He wanted to be on free TV. He's smart enough to understand his bread can grow if he grows on free TV. Okay? You know, all the money that he'll leave in the pay-per-view, he'll pick that up in endorsers, you know, endorsements. He'll pick it up and doing a late-night talk show when people want to know how you knock that guy out like that and put him to sleep and his legs twitching. You know, I hope this Pacquiao Mayweather thing. One thing, if they do fight again, I hope fight fans or casual fans say, "I'll never pay for pay-per-view again." You know, and another thing that was bad is when they took boxing to premium channels. That secluded the boxers away from the public again. All your major sports in America is accessible. Okay? Basketball. Don't cost money. Go buy basketball for $5 at Walmart. Support everywhere. Okay? You can see it on TV. You see it on ESPN. They talk about it on ESPN. They talk about it on Fox. They talk about it at school. The game's not that hard to go to. Each major city has a team down there. You can go see it. NFL, the same thing. You just need a football, a pigskin, pick them up, mess them up, a couple kids. Okay, you can throw the football to yourself in the yard. You know, each damn near major city got a team. It's accessible. You can see it. You can watch it on TV on Sunday. You can watch it on Thursday. You can watch it on Monday. Regular TV, NBC, Fox, ESPN. Everybody got cable now. It's an accessible sport. So people know the players. Players are synonymous with the television. And now they're synonymous with the fans as well through the linkage. Okay, boxing, you know, people ain't going to Showtime to look at the movies no more, the movie of the week. Or they going on HBO to look at the movie of the week no more. That's how they drew fans in, you know. And also they drew fans in because they was able to build their fan base on regular network television. Now, you want to take them who they ain't making no moves and making no money on HBO and try to put them on pay-per-view. It don't work that way. Only ones that's really doing good in pay-per-view over the last few years, other than Mayweather, and that's because he branded himself and entertainment value was good, was foreigners, okay? And most of the foreigners like Canelo and Pacquiao rode on the strength of Floyd Mayweather's name for years, okay? You know, destroy this pay-per-view shit, man. Get this up out of here. Because it's hurting the sport. Bring boxing back on network television. It should be ESPN, Fox, Fox Sports 1, NBC, ABC. That's how you going to build these brands. See, these boxers happy making $3 million. But they don't think about it. I don't have no endorsements. I'm not famous. People don't know who I am. They just think I'm a little man that don't do nothing. But probably just, you know, go to work and do this and that. They don't know you because they don't have an opportunity to see you. Okay? How they see Empire on Fox every whatever day come on and watch it, they know the actors. How they see these movies, when they go to the movie, they know the actors. They get familiar with them by seeing them, by people talking about them, by them being accessible. Boxing is not an accessible sport. It's not a gym in every city. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's not a whole bunch of boxing coaches around. It's not a whole bunch of boxing fights where kids can see on regular TV if their parents can't afford it. And be like, damn, I want to box. I think I'm interested in doing that. No, they seeing basketball. I want to dunk the basketball. You know what? I want to run a touchdown in. I want to throw a touchdown. I want to be like that guy. You know, no kids on HBO. Ain't no kids TV shows on HBO. Ain't no kids staying up HBO after dark and watching boxing like that for real. You know, they ain't watching, you know, a cartoon and then boxing coming on or something like that, or a kiddie movie 9 times out of 10. It don't work that way. You know, and they ain't asking, to get the pay-per-view model. That's boxing's number one issue. It doesn't target the youth. Not enough clinics going around. You got all these dudes around here making millions of dollars, and they can't go do, clinic tours to major cities to, put boxing gyms in each major city. They're getting all this money, and these dudes can't put their money together. You know how huge it would be if Mayweather and Pacquiao fought on regular network television, a rematch? How colossal that would be, bro? How much that might bring kids to the sport? That's who boxing needs to target, the kids. Young adults, teenagers, to introduce them to the sport, but they don't want to do it. They want to keep making this a poor man's sport, a rich man's sport. They want to get you out of $100. They want to get $20 out of you for HBO. They want to get $10 for an app, another $5 for an app. You know what I'm saying? People aren't interested in spending all that money on boxing. Then you get these fights. You pay for these fights. They're not even the fights you want to see. The fighters that you want to see matched up, they don't even want to fight. They playing Ring Around the Rosie. You see them ringside talking to each other. Everything kosher. And you angry. You say, damn, this shit is set up. They in cahoots with each other. Okay? I hope it destroys the pay-per-view. I hope Mayweather come back and do the game one solid. Since he don't want to pass the torch, I hope he shatters pay-per-view. I hope he destroys it. I hope boxing fans everywhere, casual fans, and people that don't care about boxing, I hope they destroy the pay-per-view model. I hope it just destroy, die slow, die quick, fuck slow, die quick, and nobody ever succeeds on pay-per-view again. And bring boxing back to network television. Okay? Bring it back to network television where people can see these fighters and these fighters can get famous. And then the fighters that think they famous, that think they uppity and shit like that, they don't even want to do interviews. And I don't care about the interviews. People get fucked up. I don't care about the interview. I don't care to interview fighters, okay? But if you want to expand your brand and put yourself out there, you got to get out there and brand yourself and get out there. But if you're comfortable making the money you want to make, but when that money gets shallow, your career ends, and you can't call, Aram up, you can't call Al up, you can't call Espinoza up for a couple of dollars no more, you no longer used to them niggas, man. I'm not saying that's the case with all of them. You're going to wish you would have branded yourself. You're going to wish you would have made that push to get on endorsement, get you a Gatorade commercial or something like that. That money come in handy. And before I leave, Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, said he lived off endorsement money, okay? Nah, he just living off his retirement. He living off his plan money and eventually his pension. But it's the Boxing Clinic and more. Dropping one more gem on y'all tonight. I definitely appreciate it, man. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links in the description. You want to donate, the PayPal link is there as well. You wait till we go live in the morning. Boxing 1-on-1, early morning grind. Live stream, we go.